do a setting like that. Okay, up here. Might as well actually use the troops for once. This hut, while quite nice, can get stuffy. Come, join us outside and get some fresh air. Rousing speech. Oh, one building down. Alright, everyone just muster here. Okay, defenses on this side are gone. This wall's breaking. Building there is gone. Charge. And Jackson. Started from a different one than I was intending, but oh well. Alright, we've rescued survivors and wiped out the industrious presence in this area. Oh no, a good day's work. Yeah, but there's still a lot of those WMDs coming up our rear. We should have heeded the bandits' warning about those wise male dancers. We should keep heading north. There'll be more organized allies the further we head. Good idea. With any luck, we'll be able to establish a battle line and fend off the WMDs. Founded an allied commander and escaped most of the WMDs. Our allies and industrialists are fighting over a desert oasis. Securing this location will be a great boon for the war effort. We're to assist our ally in capturing this location. We've received new orders from commandant that we're here at the front. We'll be assisting our allied commander. This will be a very simple. This will be a nice and simple destroy the enemy's base type mission. This will be a nice and simple destroy the enemy's base type mission. Just remember that our ally needs to survive as well. Once we secure the area, we'll be pushing further east. We'll need our allies to gather a supply route. This should be a pretty simple mission. Just defeat the enemy structures and we'll be on our way. Guys, I'm not gonna like this. I like lots of things, but there are two or three things I do not like. Did someone stub their toe? There are several groups of WMDs heading straight this way from the south. May want to hole up and defend our base for a bit. Ah, you can see where the allies' rally point is. Oh, this is not good. Looks like we'll also need to fight WMDs or fight our way through them. Where are they headed anyways? Oh, this is interesting. Going to our fellow allied commanders, some of the enemy soldiers are instructed to occupy attack flags. So if we position our flag close by our base, we'll effectively be attacked more. And if we position it near the enemy, their defense will be stronger. Exactly. And if we put it in the middle of goddamn nowhere, then the units will be irrelevant. Well, my guys will still be fighting their way through here, while their defenses are way at the back and irrelevant. The WMD sure complicate things. They're acting as if they're just passing through. If we try to push through them, we may accidentally wind up leading them back to our base. Or just push through them and lead them to the enemy base. As good as that plan sounds, they don't seem to attack the Industrious Army. I wonder what that is. Yeah, if they actually did attack the enemy, that would be a solid thing, and I would do that consistently. Constantly. But sadly they don't. Nice, he escaped. Oh, actually, one issue with just positioning the attack flag over there so your guys keep running through is they'll run through the slimes. Actually, what I should do is I should position it on my allies' base. Just because my ally has more defense than I do. Also, I'm noticing like there's... Was this here the entire damn time? I did not see it. I'm kicking myself over that. Oh, I headed out a bit too early. Still avoid the slimes time. Gone. door. Eh, too late. Yeah, that was a terrible position anyway. Oh, Rolex. Okay, let's try my luck again and see if I can't. Now that they're... Yeah, now that they were... I doubled back on myself and the turrets were ready for me, I was not gonna make it. Some of my allies' defenses may have fallen. It's... Regardless, they're in a much better position than I am to hold off the attacks. Okay. Is Hunter back? I think the attack wave is actually over. It just hasn't came through. Beautiful. Ow. Okay, that defensive position is now taken. Once Jackson's up, I'll finish it off. They've finished off that one turret, I think. Or is that already down? I have no idea. Whoa! Ow. Right horde of them. Okay, next time they go charging to attack, I'm gonna send my guys with them. Yep, you. The... Damn it. I was just going to say the building they have there fell, which is something. Suppose I could try Jackson again. Just avoid getting stuck on everything. We'll get through without too much bother. Nice. Did a bit of damage. Not the best way of doing anything, but got a bit done. You know, if I could actually dodge past, just take out these, probably. You know, might win me the level. The only issue is that is pretty hard to dodge past. I know he isn't on full health yet, but I'm feeling impatient right now. Took minimal damage. Ow. Come on, move. What? Even without the ability to run, it still worked out. Figuring it mightn't. Yes. Good work, squad! Despite the enemy's unorthodox tactics as well as the WMD presence, managed to pull through. Still, those WMDs are quite strange. We destroyed the industrious lab before the WMDs were ready. Because of that, and judging by the way the WMDs are acting, I don't think industrious can control them. After this battle, they don't seem to be after us either. But they will attack if we get too close. Where are they headed? What's motivating them? Sure does boggle the mind. Good news is, with them heading north and us heading east, we should stay out of one another's way. This is good because we're poised to take out the enemy's final stronghold in the Memoria Desert. That's right, guys. For the first time in any non-lethal war's history, this thing may not end in a draw. But the enemy's sure to be well prepared, so get some rest. We have a long day ahead of us. Hey folks, my 15th or 16th attempt. Basically, I'm going on to level 10 now here of Rencia. And Anonymous made a good point. A bit harshly phrased, but a good point nonetheless. He was talking about the content of the game and its price point. And basically it does bring up the point of, like, there is promised content coming to the game, but you can't judge the game based on that. It's not in the game yet. Who knows how it will be, if it will ever actually get here, and so on and so forth. You can only judge by what's here. So the game's currently €14 for Anonymous, 12 for me. So who knows, like, regional pricing, I'm guessing, that or a typo or what have you. But basically, you have to look at the game as it stands and see how it is for you. Is there enough content here? Is there not? You got to do that for yourselves. For some, it's perfectly fine. For others, it isn't. Like I said, you just have to judge for yourself. I'm torn on it personally, and the fact that I got the key for free, obviously it needs to be factored in. And on multiple fronts. I didn't actually have to fork out the money for it, and I'm biased because of it. Anyway, plus I like Masked, and I feel bad being, critiquing this and being harsh, but I feel remiss to not actually make this point. Basically, you need to look at the game and see as it stands, regardless of what's promised. As it stands, is it worth your money? Do you want to spend, are you happy with it as it stands, as it is here? If so, go ahead. If you're iffy on it, wait a bit, see what's added, wait for the additional campaign, maybe wait for it to leave early access. Or, halfway through, the additional campaign's added, the bosses are added, and you're happy with it now. Get it then. You just got to weigh it up for yourself and see. So I do feel like a dick saying this, but again, I feel remiss in not, broaching this point. It's not something I normally think of, but it is a solid point. So yeah, I've terrible memory problems as of late. I keep forgetting what I'm saying as I'm saying it. I think it's a stress thing, and I've great difficulty actually critiquing things, and how I've great difficulty praising things. Upcoming in my custom campaign series, I will do Antioch Chronicles. By the time this comes out, I will have started it, but I've long since finished it. And recorded a lot else. I was on quite the kick of custom campaigns, and I've recorded enough to bring me into 2020 now. Excuse me, but I tried to praise Antioch Chronicles there at the end of Thoughts and Chaos, saying it was one of the best, if not the best. Though I've great difficulty rating against other custom campaigns, rating custom campaigns against each other because by the time I get to them and whatnot. One's faded while the other's fresh, and it's hard to keep an internal system, Plus, I forget where I've positioned them in the hierarchy. Um, but I was great difficulty praising it because I, didn't want to make anyone else feel bad. And same here, it's hard critiquing it as I like Mast, and you know, I feel terrible critiquing people's work sometimes. Other times not so much, but I actually know him. He's not a faceless. Well, we've chatted a few times. He shared a few of my videos. I know him more than like some random writer at Blizzard whose work I've criticized, or insert thing here. Some podcast hosts that I've bitched about repeatedly because they said really nonsensical things. I won't get into it here. I've done it enough elsewhere, but examples there, like faceless people in the crowd. I actually know this guy, and as such, it makes it hard to. I feel like a right bastard saying what I've just said just moments ago. And I've actually lost complete train of thought of what I've said here and in the other 18 billion attempts. But I'm also dealing with I think I've said memory loss here. I don't remember. But yeah, I keep losing my train of thought, and it's making these points harder. As I've completely blanked on what I've recently said. I don't remember what I've said here. And I blanked again. Oh yeah, I think it's a stress thing. The stress of this thing by itself isn't great for me, but actually really worried about something actually outside the game. In 2 days' time, I have a blog post coming out. 2 days as of time of recording. It's currently Friday, just gone midnight Friday morning, the 9th to the 8th, 2019. And the blog post is coming out in 2 days, talking about Witcher and critiquing a critique, more like hate boner, of Witcher. And I'm rather stressed about it one way or another. So, yeah. So anyway, I really don't remember what I've been saying. I'll summate it and hope that satisfies me. Basically, this game is, as of present, rather short. You gotta know if it's worth, the price they're charging for it. If you feel it isn't, but you are interested in it, maybe wait for a bit. See what comes down the pipe, what actually makes it into the game. You don't have to wait to a whole early access, but say if the other campaign comes in and now you feel it's more fitting, go for it. If you feel like you should wait a bit longer, wait see what else comes, go for it. And then I was just saying, part of why this is so difficult is I have difficulty critiquing things, difficulty praising things, and because I don't want to make anyone feel bad and whatnot. I have great difficulty critiquing people's work. Sometimes when people are just and I'm starting to remember bits here, when people are just faceless developers, faceless writers, and not the actual faceless creatures from WoW. Though sometimes I wonder about some, at least corporate types. They certainly are, rage-inducing. Just maddened berserker. Yeah, that's some corporate decisions, all right. But now I've lost train of thought. But yeah, but anyway, it's one thing, when people are faceless. You don't know who they are. You haven't actually chatted to them. You may have heard them talk, or you may have just seen their work. You don't even know who did it. It's easy to critique it then. Certainly, I've done that plenty. I know I've bitched about one podcaster. I've done it enough elsewhere. I'm not going to do it again here. But when it's someone you've actually chatted to, and like I said, you have a good rapport with, it feels it's another matter entirely. So, yeah. And then I was saying about the blog coming out. I've critiqued the guy's hate boner of Witcher, and it's. I'm fretting here. It's been a year coming. I wanted to release it alongside the video where that spawned it, basically. Um, but, it was a year in the coming. And well, for most of it, I forgot. For the last, like, month, I've been remembering and, barely avoiding, just keeling over. Ugh. I've been managing too well as of late. Because it's basically constantly on my mind. But anyway, the WMD threat has been avoided. We're poised to strike one final blow against Industrious by taking out their last Memoria. Does that spell dessert? I'm checking. Spelling is not my strong point. I've been. Yeah, that does spell dessert. 1S too many. I've been too reliant on spell checker. Last Memoria Desert Stronghold. Doing so will win us the war, a feat which has never been accomplished ever before. A feat which has never been accomplished ever before. Wow, this should be fun. The enemy has several missile silos, bombarding our forces at regular intervals. Well, should be no problem for you guys. Go ahead and take them out as well as their barracks. You're forgetting this decisive battle of war. Give us a speech. Alright, everyone gather around. It's time for my rousing battle speech. Today, we've the opportunity to make history. Today is the day we will win the war. Sure, we may gain bruises, scratches, and mild brain injuries due to an inordinate amount of concussions. But we will not falter. We will not yield. We will succeed. Yeah, I'll do my best. I got our backs. Christ, we're completely surrounded. I do not see a mine point. There's one right there, but it's goddamn heavily defended. One here, it's not so defended. Ow. Okay, Jackson. I do wonder how a concussion rocket, destroys a metal turret. Or, takes out a building. Beautiful. It does annoy me how you get kind of stuck on your own sandbags. Like when you're placing them. It's one thing if you run over it again, but... Damn it. Okay, that's really obnoxious. The missile barrage hits your HQ. And it does that legitimately do damage. Also, my mine and everything has been destroyed. Oh. Okay, I don't feel like I have time to just sit around and wait for him to heal. I only hope they suffer from friendly fire. Ow.